Okay, YouTube's giving me a notification. I'm just sitting on here reading it. Good morning, Esh. From Tim, I'm back from the road, dude. I had a crazy week. Crazy week. I do have more videos coming for you guys. But man, crazy week. I just adjusted the truss rod on both the DGT and the, oh man, I need to change these strings so bad. This high E string is not coated. It broke at one point. Let's see if it... Still a little sitar-y. But I just changed the truss rod on this. What's up, guys? Grant, good to see you. The people watching afterwards, what's up? I'm going to be live for a little more than an hour today. Just adjusted the truss rod on this too. In fact, it needs to be tuned. So why don't we plug it in, tune it, and let's make some noise. Let's hang out. How about it? What's up, guys? Sean, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Let me, I'm going to lean this chair back a little bit. Get those, what's it called, out of the way. There we go. There we go. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Still figuring this chair out. How's everyone doing? What's up, Sean? I'm going to be playing some music in a second. I just made some truss rod adjustments. Don't know if I need to go back or not. This one seemed to react almost immediately. But man, the summer, they're just moving all over the place. Good morning. How are you guys doing? What have you guys been up to? I just got off of a heck of a week. I'm still tired from it. My sleep schedule's messed up. All across the country, literally. 4 shows each side of the country. Okay, you guys. Let's get to playing some music here in just a second. So we get this tuned up, see if the truss rod adjustment did anything. Been like noodles too, yeah, man. They're normally, especially the PRSs, they tend to stay pretty good, but there's a certain point where the truss rod's gonna kind of move. Especially, honestly, this hollow one, I might have just made it a little too jangly, to be honest. Okay, let's see, where am I plugged in at? It's not in tune. Something's off about that. I'm gonna have to take it back to Sean just because I made this adjustment. He's gonna be like, dude, you messed up the intonation. Hey, what's up, Paul? Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to, as the thing said, I just out here, it's that time of year, adjusting truss rods, trying to get this back in tune. I might have to intonate it some, which I won't do now. It should be good enough to play, but we might need to do a quick little pass on my own. Is this? Let's see where she's at. Let's turn that reverb up a little bit. Feels a lot better here. Let me turn this camera down a little bit so my guitar's not completely in the comments. that's the truss rod, man, just the tiniest bit. Do you guys adjust your own truss rods at home? I can do some basic intonation, but the truss rod's about the only thing I do. And sometimes even this one honestly is pretty flat. I gave it the slightest tighten because the strings were up just a little higher than I wanted it from it. And instantly it already feels a lot slinkier. If I go down to the bridge. Okay, you guys, let me answer some questions. Sorry, I'm on here just rambling, talking. Paul, what's up? I've never had a PRS, but thinking of getting an SE special here soon. Dude, the SE line's awesome. SE line is awesome. I preach it all the time, man. It's good stuff. I use that SE Silver Sky all the time. I've been so busy. I've got new pickups to put in it from my buddy's shout out, Stratton Audio. Which, hey, we'll be doing a giveaway with the pickups at some point. That won't be for a couple months, to be honest, but I will be doing it. But Emma Brown, do I remember you? I think so. My dream is to be a YouTuber and rock singer with a rock band. Hey, well, you can do it. You just got to start posting. Just got to start posting. You know what's the hardest thing about YouTube? Even now, right? Like, and I'm not a huge YouTuber compared to lots of people, but it's just doing it, you know? The barrier to entry is doing it. Anybody could do it. Anybody. I mean, I only shoot my content with my iPhone, which almost everybody has some phone, whether you're Android or iPhone, that can shoot good enough video. And I edit my stuff with iMovie. I mean, that's all it is, man. There's no lights. There's no... Now, don't get me wrong. I am upgrading the thing. My buddy Ross Campbell, if any of you guys follow his channel, I've been hanging out with Ross. Ross hooked me up with some lights, and we're going to paint this room and this and that. The quality is, I think, going to go up a little bit. But to start, man, I carry my phone around. I got the glasses now, which are real cool. But yeah, Grant, what kind of job did you have when you first moved to Nashville before transitioning into music full-time? Great question. I moved to Nashville as a independent contractor, working from home. I was doing software development, native iOS and Android for any of my software people out there. Mostly native iOS, but I got contracted to build an application. It was pretty simple. I was the only developer on it. And it was simple enough that I learned Android to build that application on it. So I was mostly an iOS developer, but it was easy enough to do an Android. I learned Android at that time in Java. I think Kotlin's probably a lot more popular now. But at the time, Java Android developer. So that let me work at home. I also didn't have any set hours. I had deadlines, right? So, you know, complete this by January 1st, and then we'll have a meeting. So there were plenty of nights, or plenty of days where I had like 3 days, and I'm working 10 hours each day to get something done because I'd been playing music or practicing guitar or whatever, you know. But, hey, thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. Did you see the Strat shootout? I did see it. That was an awesome video, dude. It seems like everybody saw that. I take it to someone. You need one of those levels. Yeah, man, you do and don't. Once you do, Joe, I'll tell you what, once you do it a little bit on your own, you start feeling it. I did barely a turn, and I feel that it's where I wanted it, you know? And the truss rod is the thing that in most guitars will move some, especially when you're traveling with them. I mean, dude, this guitar started on Wednesday night in Maryland, played in Maryland on Thursday. Then it went with me to DC from Maryland. Then the next morning, I played in DC on Friday, and then I played in Santa Rosa, California on Saturday. And then I played in Seattle on Sunday. And then I came back to Nashville. So this guitar was just on a bunch of planes, literally coast to coast. I drove by like the Capitol and like all the US stuff in DC. And within, I think about 12 to 14 hours, I was driving over the Golden Gate Bridge. So it's been all over the place. My two-pneumatic bridge collapsed. Oh, no. Tube amp. Yeah, I'm playing through a Sir Bella reverb. That's on the bridge pickup. Let's go in the middle pickup. Love this. See, and adjusting it too, so it's lowered, it's a little slinkier, what I just did. So what I'm looking for is that I'm still playing good up on the neck, down here. Playing really good now, that's all it needed. Can do all that stuff. Can I bend it and still get my fingers under it, you know? Man, it feels great now. Just licking around. Okay. Oh, hey, AJ, what's up, man? Dude, AJ with the 20 gift membership. Holy shit. AJ, dude, have you told me before, what do you do for a living, man? What do you do for a living? You don't have to say it on here if you don't want to, but I'm definitely curious. Shout out AJ in the chat. Brad was back in Nashville. He walked around Music Row and showed us your picture and mentioned you. No shit. Did he really? Dude, I've followed some of Bad Brad's stuff. We've had just a couple back and forth in the comment section on YouTube. I've never met him before, and, you know, I think he moved to Florida now, but really, I got to check that out. Scott, I got to check that out. No way. That's pretty cool, man. Isn't that crazy, you guys? I'm telling you, and I love doing the YouTube stuff. And this weekend, I met multiple subscribers at shows and stuff. It's really crazy, you guys. I thought, YouTube-wise, you think you'd need like 500,000 subscribers, or even just 100,000 to like get recognized at all. Dude, I'm just coming up on almost 15,000, and I get recognized all the time. Now, I'm around people in music, and my content is pointed in that direction, so I'm like around the people that are probably being served my videos a lot. Dude, I meet so many people that have seen the channel and stuff, which is really cool, man. It's really cool. It's so freaking cool. But I love the YouTube thing and being on that poster and stuff. Yeah, dude, you know, it's crazy. Because, like, guys, I'm just a guitar player. And there's a lot of guitar players that can play a lot better than I can. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm always practicing. I'm doing my thing. I'm trying to be as good as I can. But, you know, to think, like, dang, Guitar players don't end up on that poster, you know? Somehow I ended up in a band, and I get to live a little bit of the artist life. Oh my gosh, AJ, dude, hit the like button, dude. Thank you. Yeah, AJ, absolutely, man. Yeah, you totally don't have to put that out on here. I'm always curious, though, dude. I mean, you've gifted so many members. AJ alone has kept the membership going. Elise wants a membership. Can I gift a membership? I can't do. I can't. Elise. Now, the only thing about truss rods is normally you feel a little bit at the beginning, and it tends to set over the next X amount of hours. So we might have to come back and put it back a little bit. It might be a little too flat now. But that truss rod adjustment makes a huge difference. Are any of you guys adjusting your truss rods at home? Do you do that? Yeah, I think it randomly gives it out to people. I know AJ knows that. I was saying that more for whoever was asking. You guys want something cool? My buddy showed me that a long time ago. Kind of taking an E7 chord. It's actually the beginning of what Eric Clapton song is it? Cool little thing, right? I'm taking the E7 chord and I'm keeping on those two strings, right? So I'm on the just there, right? And I've got the open D string. So they're staggered by 1 fret. This is how I'm thinking about it. Staggered by 1 fret, staggered by 2 frets, staggered by 1 fret. You just walk that up and down. Now if I come up to A, you do the same thing. I don't play the open D then, but I can up to B. Got some more. Member Danielle, welcome. What's up, you guys? Hey, thanks everybody hopping in. Nice PRS. Hey, thank you. Walking 6. Keep your rod true. Yep. Yeah, dude, they're awesome, aren't they? Justin on occasion, right on. Dude, and the first tip in the chat. Daniel, thanks, man. Milk money. Someone give this young man some cereal. Hey, Daniel, I appreciate you. And I appreciate all you guys hanging out here. I got some time. I need to leave my house at like 12:30. It's about 11:07 here, so I've got some time. But why are you crying, John? Yes, all the time. Truss rod adjustment. Yep. Hey, Joe, good to see you. Good to see you, Joe. I'm sure that'll encounter some issues once monsoon's starting up and bring more humidity over here. Oh, yeah. I need to get, honestly, a dehumidifier for this room, not a humidifier. I think it gets too humid. It's so, dude, in Nashville, it's like swampy. And inside the house even, it gets I can like feel it, you know? I can feel it. Thanks, John. Nice PRS. This is a PRS Hollow Body 2. And man, I just flew with this thing literally all over the country last weekend. We're on a bus this weekend. Well, we're on a bus for the first 2 shows. I got 3 shows coming up this weekend. We're playing. The big one will be Summerfest up in, it's not Milwaukee, somewhere in Wisconsin. Summerfest is going to be really cool. We're headlining a stage there. It's going to be awesome, dude. I think we've got the 7 o'clock slot. It's going to be really cool. There's literally 10 stages at Summerfest. So there's a bunch. But, yeah. It's maybe more of a contemporary day that day. I don't know. There's only a couple country acts. Only a couple acts I noticed. John Oates is playing that I knew. There's like 20, 30 acts playing that day. But most of them I'd never heard of. Who's another big one? Chicago, I think, is headlining the big stage. There's so many stages. As I found out this weekend, though, so like the previous weekend, we headlined at Barefoot Country Music Study Fest, the B stage. So headlined the B stage. I'll tell you what, headlining the B stage is way better than opening the main stage. Because this past weekend, so that was 2 weekends ago, headlined the B stage. This past weekend at 4:30, we opened the main stage, first of 3 acts. It was us, Gabby Barrett, Sam Hunt. And technically, I don't know that there's more people. It's a bigger stage, but man, it's way cooler, honestly, headlining the B stage until you're at a certain level. If you're second to close or closing the A stage, you got to have more hits than Blanco does for that, I think, right now, which we're working our way up to. But yeah, I had way more fun headlining the B stage. That one that we opened the main stage, Lily Rose headlined our B stage, and we hung out with her for a while. She was super nice. Shout out Lily, but went and watched her set, and it was awesome. She's really good. I haven't really listened to her stuff, honestly, but she was a good person. And do you have any classical guitars? I don't have any classical ones. I'm usually at about 25 to 30% indoors and 1 to 5 outdoors. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Man, that neck pickup sounds good on here, doesn't it? That's with a little bit of the tumness on. And my volume down. Here's the volume all the way up. I love doing those little moves. I meant to go, let's see. Where would that go? So if I'm here. It's a hard thing to grab.
As I'm just flowing through some of that, just improvising, honestly, thinking about it, it's a great thing to practice. Hear how you can hear, even though the changes weren't all like a better thing of practice, but having a real set rhythmic stance and when the changes are happening. But hear how you can hear every time I go to that 4 chord, every time I go to that 5 chord. Awesome thing to practice, you guys. Just sitting and saying, okay, I'm going to play an A. Hear what I'm saying though? Hear how you could hear I went 1, 4, 5. Great thing to practice. I take just one position you're real familiar with. I need to tune again. And just try and move between those chords in just one position, right? I've done that in all 5 of the cage shape positions, but if I go down here in the open. Had a little blues lick in there. I'd take each of those 5 cage shapes, man, and just 1, 4, 5 to start. Where's your 1, 4, 5 without moving far? So 1, 4, 5, all open, right? Let's go right here. I've got 1, 4, 5, 1. Or I could go 1, 4, 5, 1, right? I know I'm in each place. So 1, 4, 5, 1. Right? Let's go right here. 1, 4, 5, 1. 1, 4, 5, 1. Right? This is awesome practice, you guys. 1, 4, 5, 1. So when you know them in every spot, you just can, you know, that allows you the freedom to move around. All right, what if I want to go to the 4 chord? I'm going to go. Thinking I came into this 4 chord, right? Played a little blues lick. Back to the 1. Let's go to 5.
Dude, you guys are opening for my buddy's band. Heck yeah, Cal, what? Oh, who's your buddy's band? When is that? Also, yes, I'll give AJ the shout out. If you're interested in guitar lessons, hit me up at timavenmusic@gmail.com. I know I've got like one email or so that I've got to respond to. But do you have any Mac DeMarco? I don't. Dave, what's up, Dave? Tyler Braden, dude, I know we just saw Tyler. We just saw Tyler. And we did play right before Tyler. And there's a reason for that. Which is, to be honest, probably not a reason I could talk about online. But, yeah, we just saw Tyler. Also, Tyler was like, when we were at the ACM Awards for the red carpet stuff, he was like, he was with us right behind us. So you walk all the way through and it's pictures and then all these interviews. And you just walk through. It's all the interviews on the red carpet. And like, we'd go from an interviewer to another interviewer, and then he was at the interviewer we were just at. So we were hanging out with him some there. Tyler's great though, nice. Just met his wife 2 weekends ago. She was out with him. Yeah, dude, super nice. This month, Sunday, July 20th, is my big 20. Hey, congratulations. Hey, what's up, man? Mr. Fulton, happy birthday. Lincoln Park. I don't know any Lincoln Park. I'll tell you what, though, my tech, Sean Payton, dude, he was with Lincoln Park for like, I don't know how long. He was the tech for them for a long, long time. What a nice tone. Hey, thanks, you guys. I'm glad you're digging it. Oh, Daniel, I missed a long comment from you, brother. Let me read these. Hold on just a second. 111 a day. Stay safe, AJ. Dang. Thanks for the membership, AJ. Heck yeah. Okay, hold on, Daniel. I've got the opposite problem, man. I'm in Colorado mountains. I keep the fish tank as a humidifier in the music room. This zone implodes acoustic instruments if you don't keep them watered. Yeah, I bet. My acoustic is we've got the opposite here. It's too humid. It's so humid. It's like a swamp outside, dude. Nashville is and everything's like overgrown. It's more like tropical than you'd expect, honestly, in a way. I've been playing on that neck pickup. Here's down on the bridge. Let me tune real quick, you guys. It's been bugging me. That truss rod's just settling in after the adjustment. Man, this is a good guitar, though. This is a good guitar. Played it all weekend. Acoustic and electric shows. Saw multiple subscribers, you guys. Shout out. Hey, if you're in here and you like this, guys, hit that like button for me. And ask some questions. What do you want me to talk about? I'm here hanging. I'm hanging right now. Love the deep full tone. Great reverb. Hey, thanks, Guns. That's all from that Sir Bella reverb, dude. Awesome. I could play some John Mayer. I got you, Guy. Give me just a second. And a major 9 chord. Do you ever think about / use modes while you're playing? I'll tell you what, no, not a ton. More thing, I mean, here's the thing, technically, but I'm never thinking, oh, I'm going to play Mixolydian mode. Now, I am thinking it's a dominant 7 chord. That's technically Mixolydian mode. We're going to kind of use over that. But I'm more just thinking I'm going to focus on the flat 7. So I am thinking mode, but I'm not thinking like, oh, Mixolydian here. You know, if I'm playing a major thing, I go up to the 4 chord. I could technically use Lydian, right? You know, go to the 2. It's technically Dorian. You're right. You know, so I'm kind of thinking about it, but not like, you know, I guess if it's a Dorian progression, so what would be like a Dorian progression? You know, Ross has got a great thing coming out, Ross Campbell, that I think he's talked about. You know, there's really 4 modes you're using, which he's super right on. You know, I've never once have I thought, oh, I'm playing out a Locrian here, or I'm playing out a Phrygian. You know, it's really just Aeonian, Ionian, Mixolydian, and Dorian. You know, that at least that's what I'm thinking about. But, you know, I think about it, I think a little different. I'm always just thinking, okay, we're playing an E major. So if I play off the 2 chord, but I keep my E major scale, I'm going. I play off the 3 chord, right? Right? Anyways, so I am, but okay, let's see. What's your favorite amp? You're always showing guitars, but what about your amps? Favorite amps is Sir Bella Reverb I got that I'm playing through right now. man, it's awesome. I'm taking it out on the road again this weekend for the first 2 shows. We're busting for the first 2. Then I got to fly to, where am I flying to? Montana. But I love that. The HDR-X20 for PRS is good. I really like Fender style amps, which this PRS, or I'm sorry, this Sir amp is along those lines. Those birds are stickers. I don't know who said the birds are stickers. Does anyone have stickers on their thing? No, I think it's pretty obvious this is a PRS. This is a Hollow Body 2, right? It's a 2019. These birds, I don't know if you can see them. They're inlaid with the abalone. You can kind of see it, and they got the white inlay around it. There we go. Pretty cool, man. I love these. This is my favorite part about this guitar. Check out the back. Everybody that's been in here has seen me do that 1,000 times, but for the new people, let's have a little fun. We'll mix some piezo into it, huh? Piezo adds a nice little snap kind of to it, you know? I can't hit that low E then if I'm not in drop D. Anyway, so who knows? Just messing around. A normal American. I like to think so. Hey, Sean, and all you guys know how it is. Most people in any country are probably the normal people, right? It's a very small group of people that seem very abnormal on what you see on either headlines or online. In any country, right? In any country. I'm from America. I'm sure there's plenty of normal people in Iran, you know, that aren't, right? Like, I can't make decisions for the country, and they can't make decisions for theirs. There's probably people over there that are the same, you know, or in Russia or in China. You guys know how it is. But I'll take that as a compliment, normal American. It's honestly most of us, just like anywhere else, dude. Yeah. Augustin, they built into the fretboard. It's a PRS guitar. Oh, yeah. Denise, cute guy. Thanks. Thank you, man. That was very informative. I hope so. You know, that's how I think about the fretboard. But guy, Hey Joe. Dude, I don't think I even know Hey Joe. Other Hendrix I can do. I always do like Lil Wing is what people always want, right? What's another one? You got the Hey Royals with the 5, right? Am I right? Yeah, Royals. A little chicken picking. Okay, I got you on the chicken picking. Then I'll go back to some Hendrix. What's a cool chicken picking thing? Does this count as chicken picking? Kind of that lick I was just playing, except we took the piezo out. Uh-oh. Guys, I'm not going to lie, I've been having a little bit of a jack problem here. Ah, man, I gotta... I gotta take this back to Sean, dude. I've got this jack problem is a... I do love that lick, though, right? That... This is what I'm playing when I go down here. I really tried hard to keep that going. That's kind of cool. Oh, it goes to A there. What am I doing? So it goes to A. So, oh yeah, because I'm thinking minor. So. What's that lick? Where is it? No, where is it? Where is it? Okay, so, oh, it's here, so B. That's it. Okay, we're really just screwing around, aren't we, you guys? Making everyone leave. Good to see you, Royals. You still eyeing out any guitar you'd like to own, or are you complete satisfied as far as guitar goes? I mean, there'll always be more, you know. There's a couple groups in that. There's more from PRS stuff that I want, and I'm a PRS artist, so working with them wise. But then there's stuff outside of that. Like at some point, I'd love to own a great old 335, a great old Strat. It doesn't have to be crazy old. I mean, I don't have money for crazy old, but you know, some stuff like that. Real next purchase. I'd love a great like Martin Dreadnought, like an HD 28 or something. I'd love just a cannon of an acoustic guitar. I'd really love that, but clicks and likes, man. Abnormal just entices a disproportionate amount of engagement. Yeah. If you're having issues with any jack or volume tone knob, just get a can of and spray it. The stuff is, dude, so Music Man, I'll tell you what, you're actually totally right. And when I've taken it to Sean with the jack thing, this jack has just acted up a little bit. You can hear it there a little bit, you know. There's a neck pickup. Not that. On here just jamming, aren't I, you guys? Break the guitar, yeah. You know Human Nature? Yeah, dude, I actually do know that. Neck pickup sounds killer. I agree, dude. I'll do Human Nature on the neck pickup. Let's turn on a little extra reverb for it, huh? How about that? Love that stuff. Dude, Royals, yes, thank you. Thanks, man. Glad y'all enjoyed that. Dude, thanks for the tip. You guys are crushing it today. Hear us, Hollow Body just sings. Hey, thanks, Bill. I got a Core Swamp Ash special with 5815 low turns and the narrow middle. Oh, sick, dude. That is an awesome guitar. Hey, is the Swamp Ash special, are those semi-hollow? Some of them are semi-hollow, aren't they? I've got the same thing in here, the 5815 low turns, and I really like them. They're definitely different than the DGT pickups, and it's great because I got both. I like them both, you know? Sounds like an awesome guitar. What color you got that guitar in, too, man? Playing Toto, it does kind of sound like Toto, doesn't it? Doesn't it? He said, play Queen. Or Mackenzie, she says play Queen. I guess Mackenzie can be a guy or a girl name. They say play Queen. Ha. Man, I've tried to play that lick in a minute. Let's see if I can do it. Ah, it's hard to get that last bit phrased right. Man, a lot of just random noodling today, huh? I don't know Look with your Toto, and I'm sorry, Eater? Oh, I got about 20 more minutes of hanging on here, you guys. And I'm going to hop off. Ask some questions. What kind of questions y'all got? Royals knows what's up. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Seriously. Seriously do. You're so good. I'm so bad. You're not bad, Patricia. Dusty said, yikes, I have a long way to go. Man, you just keep practicing. You just keep practicing. I do sit and say the same thing to myself, man, right? I'm looking at other people being like, God, I got to practice. I mean, it never ends. It never ends. And anyone that's really, really great, anybody, you could look at, whoever your favorite guitar player is, go find an interview. And I guarantee they feel the same way. But that's why they're really good. If you didn't feel that way, you're not practicing. Why are you sitting trying to get better if you don't feel that way? You know? Joe Bonamassa is sitting playing every day, and I guarantee he's sitting down and thinking, I need to get better. I need to get better. Mateus Mancuso, Guthrie Trapp, it doesn't matter. Whoever your favorite is, put it in. You know? It doesn't, sometimes some of those people have full fretboard fluency in certain ways, but I guarantee Mateus Mancuso, I think that's how you say his name, right? That dude's like a virtuoso. I guarantee he's sitting down practicing all the time. I guarantee that cat is working on stuff all the time. I just watched the thing, Billy Strings, Dude, I watched this interview for some company that like sells guitar lessons, and Billy Strings signed up for the lessons and was doing it with someone there. And he did a whole interview about what they had been working on, this and that. But, that's really cool, man. That, it doesn't end. So don't worry too much about where you're at. I probably just have more hours in on it. I might be younger than you physically by age. And maybe you've been playing less time than you. But, if you've been playing 30 years, but you play it maybe once a week, I've put a lot more time in, right? I've been playing 16 years, and I've been playing hours and hours a day for a lot of my life. So, yeah, it's just time. You just got to keep playing. Don't get discouraged, man. Don't get discouraged. I was at Wilcut Guitars in Lexington the other day and picked up a Mesa. Oh, sick. 50 watt. 2.6. How do you like it, Bill? Sounds like a great amp. How's the watch collection? It hasn't changed, Mokilo. I don't think so. I think I showed you guys this one. My sister got me this for Christmas. This is it looks like Patek. It's not like Patek. Not that, obviously. If I had a Patek, I probably wouldn't need to be doing YouTube. Or that means YouTube went really well. But it's a Raketa. This is a little German or a Russian watch. And this is a vintage one, I think from the 70s. It's got a skeleton back. It's all automatic. It's a really cool little watch. Let me move the faces are kind of on top of each other because it's not wound right now. I haven't worn it in a minute, but once I move them, and see it's got some unique hands on it. Can I get that to focus, please? Come on. Anyways, cool little watch. I love the skeleton back. Has a really satisfying ticking when it's ticking. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that on stream. Let's wind it. Anyways, this is a cool watch, man. So this changed at Christmas. Where's the microphone? Tell me if any of y'all can hear that. You probably can't. It's that Sweet Home Alabama. Then it'd do that I finally broken down bought a wristwatch a few weeks back. Heck yeah, AJ. Dude, they're awesome. I love the watch stuff. And you think guitars are expensive, man. The watch game is goes way past guitars. The watch game is a lot more akin to cars if you start getting into the nice stuff, you know. And everyone knows Rolex. Don't get me wrong. There's some real expensive Rolexes. But a lot of Rolexes, now this is going to sound crazy, are more in the 4,000 to 10,000 range. You know, watches get a lot crazier than that, man. I mean, John Mayer is consistently wearing 100 or a couple $100,000 on his wrist, which is more expensive than a lot of. I mean, you know, you can get a base model Lamborghini for less than $200K. And watch game goes really crazy. But what's so fun about them is there's all kinds. There's great mechanical watches. You know, I think this little vintage watch that my sister got me, I think this is like $170, you know. Skeleton back. It's really cool. You know, it's a cool piece, so it doesn't have to be crazy expensive. You know, and Rolex is like the standard. That's the one everybody knows. If you're not a watch person, you know what Rolex means, you know. It's like, oh, that's an expensive watch, but, you know, which it is. And Rolexes are cool. I'd love to own a Rolex. I'll own a Rolex, I'm sure, before I can own an AP, right? But, man, I'd love an AP. And those base model, man, the classic AP, like, people just, it doesn't look super flashy, and you don't, it's one of those things I feel like you don't really know what it is unless you know what it is. So it doesn't look real flashy. It doesn't say Rolex on there. So someone that's not a watch person wouldn't be like, damn, that's a 70K watch he's wearing on his wrist. But think about that. That's why I like those. You know, you get into like the Richard Mille stuff, and those like look crazy, and you're like, whoa, that must be looks like you have a little spaceship. What looks like you have a spaceship on your hand, and I've never seen them in real life, is the Astronomia, I don't know how to say it. The Jacob & Co. crazy watches that are like a bubble on your wrist. Those are $1 million watches, right? You know, I'm pretty sure those all started at $1 million. I mean, it could be wrong. You might be able to find used ones for, you know, I don't think you're paying less than $500K for a used one of those watches. Watch game goes crazy, man. There's a lot of crazy watch stuff. And it's hard, you know, right? Like, I probably won't own a 59 Les Paul, but I could own some type of vintage Strat at some point. You know, 20K is a really expensive guitar, really expensive vintage guitar. It gets higher, I know it does, but 20K, you're like into luxury watches, but there's so much above that crushes it. Anyways, JB says that you don't start getting good with guitar until 10,000 hours. I mean, Bill, you know, he's probably right. Man, hey, thanks, Bryce. It's crazy because I always think, oh, have I mean, I must have put 10,000 hours in. I must have. I don't know how any world I couldn't have put 10,000 hours in. I wish I could have a tracker and know how many hours. I have to have put 10,000 hours in, but it's like, man, I need another like 80,000 to be where I want, right? Another 100,000. How many hours do you get in a normal lifetime? Not enough. I mean, that was always my joke with guitar, right? It's when you're in it and really in it, you just keep trying to get better and better and better and better, and then you die. It doesn't end, you know, when you're really in it. It doesn't end. And when I was a kid, you know, I remember so many times, and in college, a bunch of times in my life thinking, man, will the feeling ever go away of trying to get better? Will I ever sit back and be like, all right, it's good? Now, there's times I've practiced more than others, but the like draw to it to sit down and be like, how can I do this better, or play this thing better, or change this, or even right there, right? I kind of choked out a note right there. See that little major 7 you don't really want to hit. But I played that like 1,000 times, so what's something else I could do? Now that's just combining like 3-4 licks that I've played 1,000 times together, right? See that note? I didn't want to hit that note. I'm just in here messing around. Hey, dude, another tip of the chat, Cal. What's up? Thank you, dude, for the $9.99. Thanks, man. Hey, thanks, Bryce, too. I'll answer some of your guys' other questions after I answer Cal's. When you're playing the 1-4-5 in the different cage shapes and you add a blues riff, is that riff coming from the current pentatonic caged chord, or is it coming from the underlying key of the song? Okay, Cal, great question. Great question. So this is how I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm going to try and break it down. Is I'm thinking, okay, what we just did, I was playing in D, right? And I'm obviously playing some D kind of blues vibe, right? So let's go up here, actually. So here I've got my D major pentatonic, right? I'm thinking. And I've got my D minor pentatonic. So I'm kind of overlaying them on top of each other, right? And to lean a little bit more blues in this context, I'm leaning a little more minor. So I'm thinking, here's my minor pentatonic. Here's just major pentatonic. Here's a mix. Hear how instantly that's a lot more bluesy, and it's more flavor than just me going. Right? Right? You know what I mean? Now here, if I just went major, it's a little too majory for it. But as soon as you start mixing them, and I go root, minor third to major third, 1, 6, flat 7, 1, flat 7, 6, 5, minor third, major third, 1. You know, as soon as I do a little bit of mixing, it sounds more bluesy. So over the 1 chord, I'm thinking that in a blues like that, I've got access to both. I've got major and minor, and you can really lean on both of them. The keys notes to mess with are the major, minor, third, right? So in D. And I'll answer. I see there's another tip in the chat, dude. I got you in just a second. Thank you. I don't know who did that yet, but so it's major and minor third. Here's my major third. Here's my minor third. And then it's mixing the two. What if I hit the minor third and bend up to the major third a little bit, then land on the root? That sounds like this. And then it's the natural 6 and the flat 7, which are here and here. So I could go. So inside the context for the 1 chord right there, I'm thinking about in a blues, because you think you said blues. You just said, yeah, in a blues riff. I'm thinking dominant 7. I can play with that major and minor third. Make it sound better than just going. Which is not bad. You still want that, you know, but it's also better than just going. That's a little too happy, but as soon as you start going, all of a sudden you got all these other flavors. Now when I go to the 4 chord, I'm thinking here. Here, let me move this down a little bit so you can see my hands better. I realize that maybe it's behind the comments. So 1 chord. Now we got the 4 chord. Now there's a couple tricks for the 4 chord. 4 chord, sometimes it sounds great to just stay. I'm thinking the blanket overall key and my chord shape here. And I'm taking that same interval idea. So what are the intervals we're messing with in a blues like that? It's major, minor, third, okay? And it's the major 6, flat 7. Those are the ones that I'm tending to go dip in and out of both of them, right? So when I go to that 4 chord, the first level 1 thing is you can just still play D minor pentatonic, but we're gonna focus on landing on that 4 note, right? So if I go. If I do it right. So see how I landed here. So trick 1. So I'm landing on that 4, right? That's the first trick. Second trick is you start applying that same idea, mixing major and minor, and I'm keeping in mind that D is my blanket, the top context. But now I'm over the 4 chord. If I want to play a little harder over the 4 chord, maybe I do a lick just like this. So just a, maybe I do that over the 4. I'm thinking interval-wise. So if I'm going here, I'm thinking 1, minor third, major third, right? So 1, back to root. Maybe for the 4 chord, I do that out of the 4 chord where I'm going. Maybe I do it for the 5 chord, right? If I play right. So I'm thinking both over the chords and inside of those contact. Great question. And let me get down to this other Bill. What's up? Gotta run. Hey, oh, Bill, thanks, man. Sorry if I missed you before you ran. But, hey, Emiliano, I don't know how to say your name. Yeah, I do. Also, real quick, thanks, AJ. Yes, do guitar lessons. timavenmusic@gmail.com if you want to reach out, if you're interested. You know, but every lick I was just doing is kind of out of the Mixolydian thing. Pure Mixolydian, I guess, would be a little bit more Grateful Dead vibes. So let's say we're back in D. I'm kind of going. Even there, not that there I'm adding that blue note, but. Anyways, great Mixolydian lick here, right here. Right. So I'm starting in this G shape. I'm going root, maybe minor, root, flat 7, Mixolydian, root, walking it down. Flat 7, 5, 3, 1. And you know what's great? When you know your interval knowledge like that, and know your shapes you're kind of playing, I just made that lick up. But I know there, it's a Mixolydian lick. And I'm not really playing any major, minor, third stuff in that. That's just kind of pure Mixolydian. If I added some major, minor play in it, that makes it a little more bluesy. I'd be... Wait, if I play it right, though. I don't know the Better Call Saul intro. I'm gonna hop off here in about, we got about 5 or so more minutes. Sure, ask a question, dude. That's why I'm here. Okay, I missed some questions from before, too. Sarah A.M., Legend gifted him a membership. Welcome, Sarah. What's up? Welcome to it. Bill said, bro, you're turning into a blues player. Well, Bill, to be honest, it was all blues to begin with. I didn't start playing country music till I moved to Nashville. So the first, I don't know, the first 8 so years of my playing was all just John Mayer, Eric Clapton, B.B. King, some Joe Bonamassa. I can't really play like him. I don't have the speed, but it honestly was always blues, you know? Just certain days I sit back down and I just like doing that more. Uh-oh. Stetson, that's not for you, little guy. Let me put this food up here. Came in with sniffing the cat's food. I gotta let him out in a couple minutes, but let me answer some more of these questions. Dude, can't thank you guys enough for the tips and stuff. Can you pass some licks? How do you mix major and minor pentatonic? Okay, I'll talk about that in just a second. Improve your strumming. Okay, well, let's start simple. You know, if you're brand new, I'd get one chord you know. So, and just learn one if you don't. A D chord, or a C chord, or an E chord, or a G chord, right? Just take one you know and you can make sound good. So I'll play E major. Oh, my volume's down here. I was like, dude, I've lost volume. In here, I'll go to the piezo for this. And let's just practice down, down. That's a classic strumming pattern. So stroke-wise, it's going down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So we went off the rails there. I'd practice that on just one chord, static. Just try and do that. Try and tap your foot. And we're going down, down, up. Or just try and if you're really struggling off the bat, just do downstrokes in time. Down, 2. Just do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just try and tap your foot and do that. Okay, hold on just a second. How do you mix major and minor pentatonic? I'm going to do like quick, because I got to let the dog out, like a quick overview of this, right? Let's say we're playing an A. That's mixing some major and minor, right? So I'm thinking A, major pentatonic. And overlaid from the same root, then I'm thinking minor pentatonic. Dog distracted me. Hey, little guy, I'm gonna let you go out to the bathroom in just a second. Okay, you gotta hop down. Boop. So I'm overlaying those two from the same root position. Then you just gotta think about your intervals while you're playing it, but you want to mix the major, minor, third, and the 6 and the flat 7. Those are kind of your key things. So I'm thinking about those two positions on top of each other, and I'm going in and out. So here's a great lick to start it. Watch. I'm going to go. So. So it's just in each, I know that in each shape, right? There's 5 of them. But you start right here and just, right? If I go down to this shape, I'm doing the same thing. So it takes a bunch of practice. But I hope that quick overview helps. So Stetson, there's the dog. That'll probably, yeah, this is a hollow body 2. And I'm going to hop off, you guys, because I got to let the dog out. And I've got a lunch I've got to go to. But great hanging. Great hanging. Hey, absolutely. All right, you guys. Thanks, dude. Killer stream today. Thanks for all the tips and stuff, you guys. Seriously, really made my day. Really made my day. Be on the lookout. I got a video coming soon. I just got to finish editing it, man. I need to do that before the day's over. All right, you guys. Great hang. Venue Mo's in there if you want. Tim-Avon. And until next time.